Huw Jones to play out of position versus Australia. In a surprising turn of events, Huw Jones may find himself playing out of his usual position against Australia, as uncertainty looms over Tommy Freeman's fitness for the upcoming match on Saturday. Reports indicate that Freeman, a 24-year-old winger, is dealing with a troubling back injury, which has led the coaching staff to consider alternative strategies. This could mean that Jones steps onto the wing while Owen Farrell is brought into the starting lineup. But here's where it gets controversial. If Farrell joins the team, it's expected that Bundee Aki would transition to outside center, leaving Jones to take on the wing role. While Jones has experience playing fullback during his tenure at Harlequins, this shift would be a significant risk for Lions head coach Andy Farrell. Notably, Jones has never started a match on the wing for Scotland, which raises questions about his adaptability in this crucial game. The Lions are set to face off against Australia tomorrow at 11 a.m. UK time, with the ambitious goal of achieving a series whitewash for the first time since 1927. This historic achievement would certainly be a remarkable milestone for the team. As for the teams, Australia will field players such as Tom Wright and Max Jorgensen, while the British and Irish Lions lineup includes Hugo Keenan and Finn Russell, among others. The full rosters are as follows. Australia: Tom Wright, Max Jorgensen, Joseph Akuso-Swalili, Len Ikitau, Dylan Peach, Tom Lina, Nick White, James Slipper, David Porecki, Tanila Tupou, Nick Frost, Will Skelton, Tom Hooper, Fraser McRate, Harry Wilson, captain. Replacements: Billy Pollard, Angus Bell, Zane Nungor, Jeremy Williams, Langy Gleeson, Tate McDermott, Ben Donaldson, Andrew Kellaway. British and Irish Lions: Hugo Keenan, Tommy Freeman currently a doubt, Huw Jones, Bundee Aki, Blair Kinghorn, Finn Russell, Jamison Gibson-Park, Andrew Porter, Dan Sheehan, Taj Furlong, Maro Itoje captain, James Ryan, Taj Bairn, Tom Curry, Jack Conan. Replacements: Ronan Kelleher, Ellis Genge, Will Stewart, Ollie Chesham, Jack Morgan, Ben Earl, Alex Mitchell, Owen Farrell. What do you think about the potential changes in the Lions lineup? Do you believe Huw Jones can effectively adapt to the wing position, or is this a risky move that could backfire? Share your thoughts in the comments. Lions injury scare: Tommy Freeman doubtful for third Australia test. In a dramatic turn of events, the British-Irish Lions are facing a significant setback on the eve of their crucial third test against Australia, as Tommy Freeman, the 24-year-old winger, has been sidelined with a back injury. Freeman, who has been a key player in the first two tests, missed the captain's run on Friday, sparking concerns among the Lions camp. The team is aiming for a historic clean sweep, a feat not achieved since 1927, and an unbeaten series, a record not held since 1974. Despite initial assurances from the Lions that Freeman's absence was merely a workload management decision, sources suggest that contingency plans are being prepared. These plans could see Huw Jones shifting to the wing, with Owen Farrell stepping into the starting 15. However, the situation is far from straightforward, as Mac Hansen, another potential replacement, is only 85% fit following a foot injury that kept him out of the first two tests. Other options include Duhan van der Merwe and James Lowe, with Blair Kinghorn possibly moving from the left to the right wing. Jamie Osborne is also in the mix for consideration. This season, Freeman has played in 33 matches, exceeding the 30-match limit set by the Rugby Football Union. Assistant coach John Dalziel explained that Freeman was only doing light walkthroughs, attributing the winger's workload to the high-intensity running required in chasing kicks and balls in the air, a common feature of the first two tests. Dalziel emphasized that Freeman's role is crucial, as he needs to familiarize himself with the stadium, which is expected to come alive during the match. Meanwhile, Tad Furlong, the Ireland tight head prop, has urged the Lions to make the most of this opportunity to create lasting memories. Furlong, who will make his 9th consecutive start for the Lions, moving to joint 5th on the all-time list, acknowledges that this may be his last tour with the team. Despite not ruling out the 2029 trip to New Zealand entirely, he admits that the Sydney Clash is likely his final appearance for the Lions. Furlong's motivation is clear, as he wants to give his best performance, understanding the significance of the Lions jersey and the memories it holds. Furlong's journey to this point was not without challenges, as he arrived at the camp in June with no game time since early May due to a calf problem. However, he was determined to overcome the injury and play in the tour, driven by the desire to experience more Lions tours. Furlong's experience on the Lions tours has been a highlight of his career, and he is grateful for the opportunity to play again. As the Lions prepare for the 3rd test, they face a formidable opponent in Australia, who have made changes to their front row, with Taniela Tupou nicknamed the Tongan Thor. Coming in at tight head, and Billy Pollard promoted to the number 2 jersey after a late injury to Dave Parecki. Tupou, despite a difficult season in Super Rugby, poses a significant threat with his power and aggression in the scrum. Furlong, who first encountered Tupou in 2018, is well aware of the 23-stone prop's capabilities and warns that he is a dangerous carrier and explosive on the field. The Lions' quest for a clean sweep and an unbeaten series hangs in the balance, with Freeman's injury and the Australian front row changes adding to the drama. The outcome of the 3rd test will not only determine the series result, but also leave a lasting memory for the players and fans alike. Breaking: Tommy Freeman doubtful for final Lions test with back injury. Rugby news. In a surprising turn of events, Tommy Freeman's participation in the final test match for the British-Irish Lions against Australia is now in jeopardy due to a back injury. The 24-year-old England winger was notably absent from the team's last training session before they take on the Wallabies in Sydney this Saturday. While Lions assistant coach John Dalziel reassured fans that Freeman's absence from the captain's run at Accor Stadium was merely a precautionary measure, there are increasing concerns that he may not be fit to play. According to reports from The Times, Huw Jones, a centre from Scotland, stepped in to fill Freeman's position on the wing during Friday's practice. If Freeman is unable to compete, there are several alternatives for head coach Andy Farrell to consider. James Lowe, who was previously dropped in favor of Blair Kinghorn, could be reinstated to the lineup. Additionally, Mac Hansen is also a viable option, having recently recovered from a foot injury. Although Farrell mentioned that Hansen was only at 85% fitness on Thursday, there is hope that he could be fully ready by game day. Lowe is certainly one of the key players that Farrell can rely on to fill the wing position should Freeman be sidelined. Alongside him, Duhan van der Merwe is another winger in the squad, and Jamie Osborne is versatile enough to cover various positions in the backline. When asked about Freeman's situation on Friday, Dalziel explained he was just doing the light walkthroughs. It's the last days of the 8 weeks where we've trained almost every day as well with the turnarounds. So his GPS numbers were high. He was fortunate to have that. Wingers engage in a lot of high-intensity running, so he had the morning off. He's got to view a stadium that is hopefully going to come to life tomorrow. Dalziel further clarified Freeman's feelings about missing training, stating, "I wouldn't say happy. He's obviously put in the hard work. There's no easy way to be a winger when you are chasing kicks and balls up in the air in the way the first 2 tests have gone. So it's quite easy for those guys to get their meters up." This season, Freeman has already participated in 33 matches for his club, Northampton Saints, as well as for his country and the Lions. 3 games more than the recommended limit for players in the Gallagher Premiership. Notably, Maro Itoje has also played 33 matches, while Finn Russell has seen action in 36. As per the guidelines established by the Professional Game Partnership, which includes the RFU, the Rugby Players Association, and the league's clubs, these players are expected to be rested for significant portions of the upcoming season. On the Australian side, the lineup includes Tom Wright, Max Jorgensen, Joseph Akuso Sua Ali, Len Ikitau, Dylan Peach, Tom Lina, Nick White, James Slipper, David Porecki, Taniela Tupou, Nick Frost, Will Skelton, Tom Hooper, Fraser McWright, and Harry Wilson as captain. The bench features Billy Pollard, Angus Bell, Zane Nongor, Jeremy Williams, Langy Gleeson, Tate McDermott, Ben Donaldson, and Andrew Kellaway.